Hey there, my name's Danny Leibrandt, and I am with Jonas Olson, who is the CEO and founder of Pest Badger, a very successful pest control company doing over $10 million a year. Today, we are going to be talking all about first impressions for pest control. So a lot of people know that a first impression is really important. That's kind of a saying at this point. But a lot of pest control companies aren't actually putting this into practice. So we're going to be talking about how to make a great first impression on that first visit, and ultimately how that will retain those clients and how you can actually make more money from them. So sure. Really excited to talk about this one, and thanks so much for coming on, Jonas.
Of course, anytime. I love that you said that. I talked about churn right at the gate, and this is where churn is fixed, actually.
Yeah, 100%. No, the first impression is so important, and I'd like you to even just touch on that of why it's so important.
Just setting the expectations from the beginning. So this ties all the way back to like earlier in the book. We talked about branding at its finest, right? Showing up with a wrap truck, showing up with technicians that are in, uniform, pink shirts, pink trucks, everything matches. Your marketing matches, everything. It starts there, right? So that's what gets them to call. Your ads look the same. The marketing looks the same. That gets them to call. And then now you show up. So now you show up. This is what sets the first impression. They've already seen your branding. Now you show up. You're in a wrapped vehicle. Your technicians, like I said, are wearing, in our case, pink shirts. They look presentable. They look clean. We have standard uniforms. Everyone has to wear pink shirts or black pants. When we always like the cool like leggings almost for girls, and for the guys too. But it's just like the cool pants that are like
I like joggers.
Like joggers, like athletic wear like that. So it look cool, look hip, look fun. That's what our brand is. It's cool, it's hip, it's fun, it's young, and that's what you're going for. It just starts with looks for one. And then it's like, now you have to leave a very, very good impression especially for the first time. And then just setting those expectations. So you walk up, you introduce yourself, you tell the customer exactly what you're going to do, right? You make sure you solve all their issues. And then be very, very upfront and honest with them. Say, hey, this, whatever problem you're dealing with, it's nothing's an overnight solution. Nothing's going to be a one-time fix that we can't come back for. Like they're going to see bugs. Be very, very honest and open with them. Like, if they have never had a pest control application and it's their first time, expect them to see a little bit more bugs because you're flushing everything out. It's common.
Yeah.
If you see things that are starting to, a nest starting to form though, make sure to give us a call back. We'll come back for free for it. So letting the customer know like what to expect right out of the gate is step one. Like if you say, hey, we're gonna come here, we'll do this, you're never gonna see a bug again, but then we'll come back on 3 months and do it again. Like this is not being realistic, right? Same thing with mosquito control. If you tell someone that you're gonna do mosquitoes, you're never gonna see mosquito again, obviously you're set yourself up.
You can't promise that.
It's a reduction service. So typically we can reduce it by 70 to 80%. You're still gonna have a few, you're still gonna have to wear, some DEET, but at the end of the day, you should be able to enjoy your outdoors. So just being very honest, go through their program with them at the door. Say, hey, you signed up for this. This is when we'll bill you. This is the times we're coming out. Show them on the agreement exactly what you're going to do from step 1, step 2, like everything from step A to Z, right? Then you go perform the service. Take pictures along the way. Front yard, backyard, any issues that you see, any issues that you found, right? Do entire job. Look for any potential upsells. But at this point, you're looking for an upsell, but you're just more so telling the customer the issues that you found and how do you solve them. That's what they're there to do, solve their issues. Come back, show them everything that you did, right? Say there's a wasp nest up in the air or up on the eaves and you took down the wasp nest. Make sure you take a before and after picture that you found it, you took it down.
Yeah.
Being very, very detailed. Put these in the customer notes so you know where they're forming. So if you have to come back, where the technician knows where it was at the house. All these small details matter. And then go to the customer, show them what you found, how you're able to solve that problem, ask them if they have any issues, and then make sure that, they're happy with the service that they provided. But then there's a step beyond that I make my guys do, and it's one act of kindness. And I don't care if the customer never sees it, ever. And that could be simple as, maybe they had an Amazon package left at the front garage door. Just tell them, hey, Mr. Customer, I saw an Amazon package over by the garage door. Would you like me to grab it and bring it to you?
Yeah.
Something like that. Maybe their garbage can was just dropped off. They want to, and you saw it dropped off. Like, I'll make sure my technicians grab that and just bring it up to the house for them. If there's dog toys or kids toys, pick up the kids toys, put them up on the porch. It's simple things like this that go a long way. If they have a hose that's stretched out across the lawn, and you don't want your techs being there for 20 minutes, like blowing off leaves, off the front yard, but it's something like that. Like, do you have a little blower that you can blow up the front porch? Anything like that could go above and beyond a normal service. We make our technicians do. Hey guys, real quick, if you guys are really looking to grow your pest control company, check out what we do at pestcontrolmillionaires.com.
Awesome. Yeah, Tommy Mello kind of famously says play with the dog and maybe bring some dog treats.
That's a great point. We do this, and I haven't even got to the section. UPS started that a long time ago. They have dog treats always.
Yeah.
I think half the reason is because they get bit by dogs, so they're trying to be friendly dogs and but then also is you want to get acquainted with that dog. Pro tip: if you can get the dog's name and put it in your notes for the next technician, or so that you remember when you go back there, you say, hey, how's Fluffy doing? Right there, it's oh my God, he remembered me. How cool is that? Simple things like that. Great. Back in the day, we do a welcome package. It's changed now. We still do it. This is early on. They can do this relatively inexpensive. We would send out a welcome package in an envelope. So we get an envelope put together, and back then some lumpy mail with a fly swatter, had our insurance in there, had our some 5-star reviews in there, had some coupons. Back in the day, people loved coupons. Every time a customer would sign up, we would put this envelope together and send it off to them. Now that everything can be automated, you can send them brownies, you can send them anything that you want. Dog, you get branded, which we did. We got branded dog treats that you send to anyone. We actually create welcome packages in-house, put them together for all new customers. We keep them in the garage or keep them in the van. We get to new customers. We drop it off after their first service. In a perfect world, I would like it there 24 to 48 hours after, and we've done this before. Another location that I told you about too, Danny, is that we got a company called Mosquito Crush. Mm-hmm. And their trucks are wrapped orange. So after every first start, we would leave a can of orange soda, Crush soda, just to be different. It's something that they didn't expect that a pest control company to do. So if you can wow them on the first service, well, not only your service but your customer service and in the office, your brand, everything, the odds of that customer leaving, even if you messed up. Man, but they were so good on the first service. They gave us all the stuff. They remember my dog's name. They gave us this welcome package. I'm going to give them another shot.
Yeah.
So you might lose them eventually, but you'd have to really, really mess up, and they're willing to give you a few more chances than if you just screwed up once and they got rid of you.
Awesome.
So this is how you retain your customers. This is how you fix churn. And we haven't talked about churn a lot, but this is where churn is fixed right here.
Yeah. What would you say the actual... maybe give an example or just explain further of the actual value of this and how this would be reflected in retention of maybe you, just because of this first visit, you'd keep the customer normally a year, but this would actually result in a 5-year customer.
Yeah. You're never going to get rid of churn completely. People move, people pass away, people, whatever, right? There's a million people lose their job. There's a million reasons that churn occurs, and you never get rid of it completely. But if you can reduce it by 3% and you got 10,000 customers, that's a pretty big, massive move. So if you can, again, going back to what I said, this one thing, if you messed up 1 or 2 times, they're gonna forgive you. So maybe you didn't lose them after the first time you messed up, but give you an additional year. Now you just basically double or triple your LTV from that client by this one thing early on. So let's just say your average customer stays with you for 3 years, but they were going to cancel a year later. But this one thing, this really, I really want to give these guys a shot. They give you a second opportunity. You kept them for 3 to 5 years. It's a massive win. Yeah. And it's not going to cost you a whole lot of money up front, Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I think a good word for that is goodwill.
Yeah, absolutely.
You are providing so much value, so much care that you allow, that allows you to make some mistakes because the service won't be perfect. The technician won't be perfect.
It's never gonna be perfect,
maybe you're a little bit late. Maybe, whatever happens, you don't get the bugs away just as fast as, the person wanted them to, or just as much as you promised. So establishing that goodwill gives you a little leeway to make mistakes because they're bound to happen.
Yeah. And I'm glad you brought that up too, because and most people do this now too, but making sure that, you're doing your call aheads, whether that's the morning of, sending out text messages, phone calls, just let the homeowners know when you're coming so they can plan to be there. Give them that window, show up during that window if possible. If you're running late, make sure you send them a text. We always make sure that automations go out when the technician leaves one job to the next, like, hey, we're on our way. We'll be there, the next 15, 20 minutes. They can expect us. Try your best to arrive in those arrival times. You're never going to be perfect. I understand. But the more upfront and honest you are with the customer too, like, hey, ma'am, if you notice running behind, call them, hey, I'm running a little bit behind. This job took a little longer, but I will be there. Like, they're going to be so forgiving for you. But if you just don't show up, this is what pisses them off,
Definitely. And now let's jump into mistakes that people make regarding this. And like, I know a lot of people even get in the weeds of this, of like, you can't have a beard and everyone has to wear the exact same outfit. Like, how nuanced do you guys get with this?
I mean, if I could grow a nice looking beard, I probably would, but I can't. I can't even grow hair on top of my head. So I don't care what obviously they got to look presentable. Yeah. If they have a beard, make sure it's manicured, looks good, not just sloppy. But yeah, appearance matters, unfortunately. That's just the truth of it. And so we have to look well presented at all times, girls, guys, it doesn't matter, wearing proper attire at work. And just doing all the simple things that you can do. Something so easy too is to leave a note on a door hanger. Let's just say the customer wasn't home. They didn't see you, and you left them a little. Like, we have a technician, she's so good at this. She'll leave like a paragraph note of what she found, what she did, and like, you would not believe how many gifts in like food, drinks, tips like this girl gets. Wow, it's absolutely unbelievable by doing these simple things. And it's like putting your door hanger on the door, putting your stake in the yard, lawn signs, like leaving any messages, for the customer notes that they can see, oh, you did the job. That's another thing, like making sure you're leaving detailed notes in the customer's report. So if they weren't home, that they can see it in their documents, so they know exactly what you did. Make sure you're uploading pictures. This stuff goes a long way. Yes, we want it as a company, as the owner, to make sure that our technicians are doing their job, but the consumers always want to know what happened too. So the more pictures you take, the more notes leave, the better off you are. Know that, hey, maybe they weren't here very long. Maybe they were here for 12 minutes, but they got all this stuff done and they left me this note. Like, they're going to be happy with you,
Awesome.
And that's another thing, like, I'm going to wrap it here.
No, go ahead.
Another mistake that I see is, besides not calling or, not even knocking on the door, not talking to your customers, like we might have said this before, but it's really really easy to fire Pest Badger. But it's really, really, really hard to fire Jonas that's been here for 2 years.
That's so good.
So we talked to so many other companies and like, oh yeah, but I just really like the technician. He's been here servicing for 3 to 5 years. They know him by their first name. Like, maybe they invite him over for dinner or whatever. Like, they're close, so it's hard to fire Jonas as a technician, but it's really easy to fire Pest Badger as a company. So, it really, really goes down to like the technicians in the field that are the front lines for us and know what's going on with the customer, what the customer is saying. So just being very diligent about how your customer services across the board.
That's such a good point. So you, in that way, you really have to hire great technicians because those are the ones that are actually going to be a big part of reducing that churn.
Yeah. So when, again, going off on a tangent here, but like, that's when we're hiring, we're looking for people who have empathy. And this is why I can teach you all the skills, but as long as you're bought in culturally and you have some empathy, we can teach you the rest. Yeah. So if you care about your customers, like, they're going to care about you.
That's what matters most. Yep. Awesome. Cool. I think this is an awesome video. We just about covered everything regarding the first impression. Hopefully that was helpful. And thank you so much for coming on, Jonas.
Yeah, anytime, man.
Hey guys, thanks for watching. I know that we really appreciate you guys taking the time with us here. If you guys have any questions, comments, make sure to throw them in the comment section below. And if you found this valuable, make sure to like and subscribe and to share with your friends who maybe own a service business themselves. Again, our goal here is to provide as much value to you guys as possible. Also, if you guys are really looking to grow your business, make sure to check out our website at pestcontrolmillionaires.com. We'll have the link below in the bio, and we'll also have a free school group for you guys to check out. So thanks for watching.